Many years ago when I was a teenager, I had a business printing T-shirts. And so I would, do custom T-shirts for people, for companies, for whatever. And so I went and I had gotten this job from a company to print some T-shirts for them. And as I began the work and the design on this, I realized that what they wanted me to print was something that I did not feel was particularly wholesome and edifying to God. And it was this conflict, because like what am I going to do? Like, it's just a business, for crying out loud. Like, it's not that big of a deal if I just print this, and it's money, and I'm a Christian, but I gotta have some separation here. And the more I thought about it, the more I prayed about it, the more I felt like I had to reject the job. And I said, you know what? I went back to them. I'm like, I feel like an idiot. I'm like, but I just can't print your job. I'm sorry. And they're like, they just laughed at me and they thought I was stupid. And so that's the thing, though. Like, when we stand out, when we try to be different, we'll stick out. See, God rewarded Daniel for his devotion and for his faithfulness. God rewarded them. God doesn't want us to just fit in with this world. God doesn't want us just to fit in. It says in Romans 12:2, the first part of it says, do not be conformed. Underline that. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. God doesn't want us to be conformed with this world. God doesn't want us to be conformed with the politics in this world. God doesn't want us to be conformed to anything going on with our country. He doesn't want us to be conformed with celebrities. He doesn't want us to be conformed with even a brand of theology. God wants us to be conformed and transformed by him. He wants us to be aligned to him. And Daniel here, he held himself to a higher standard. Do we hold ourselves to a higher standard? Or we're just like, I just want to blend in. I don't want to stick out. Like, I don't want anybody to notice me. Yeah, I'm gonna believe in God, but I'm a closet Christian, right? Like, I'm just gonna stay in here and nobody's gonna really know. See, he could have justified obeying the king's orders. Like, who's gonna know? Who's gonna care? You're a stranger in a strange land. You know what? Make the best of the opportunity. You got good food, man. Stop complaining. Just eat what they give you, man. Like, stop whining about this. Just forget about your God. Forget about your people. Become a Babylonian. He could have justified the king's orders. He could have justified changing his diet. But instead, he chose to honor God, and he was rewarded. And we'll see that out through the next several weeks of how God rewarded Daniel. How God gave him honor more than he could have ever gotten any other way. But the question I want us to ponder today is this, is what does it take for us to compromise? What does it take for you to compromise, to let down your guard, to go along with the flow, to just fit in? I just want to fit in with everybody else. Like, what does it take? Is it a bad joke? Is it the pursuit of money? Is it a relationship you shouldn't be in? Is it just, doing something questionable at your job? Is it cheating on a test? Is it talking bad about somebody? What does it take for us to compromise? Are we different from the world or not? Are we different from the world, or do we just blend in? Just trying to look like everybody else. I look like everybody else. The only difference in my life is I got the little Jesus fish on the back of my car, That's how they know I'm different, because of the fish. No. If you're acting the same and you're living the same, then what difference does it make? We're living a life of compromise, and God is calling us to live a life, not of compromise, but of faith and trust in him. God is looking for people, for men and women with nerves of steel, people who refuse to compromise. God is looking for people who will not conform to this world, who will stand strong in the face of adversity, who will not cave in to the pressures of this world. God is looking for a few good men and a few good women who will stand strong for him, who will boldly proclaim his name and will not conform to the pressures of this world. Let us be those people today.